dear. What's wrong with your joints? Why have you got thin legs? Eh? What's been going on with you? Well, behind me you can see a wooden ceremonial thing that is drawn through the streets by people or on a cart, I guess. It's a bit like the pestle that you get in somtam shops. It's a hollow wooden vessel. But here at Wat Pa Tueng, there's so many old buildings here, and the monk who is in the coffin, he spent his whole life here. So do many monks. The monk over in the Samoeng Road recently, who died at 104, he'd spent his whole life at that temple. These buildings have gone up in their lifetime, and you know, the teachings of Dharma and the teachings of the Buddhist traditions have gone on here throughout their lives, and these buildings have been part of them. To me, there's a feeling inside that you think about the people in their old country lifestyles, in their, you know, the little farmers from around here that have come and paid respects to the people at this temple. They've come and paid their respects to Buddhism over the years. The history is not represented by the masses of detail about the people and so on. It's represented by the feeling of their presence that was here, the feeling that they constructed and developed this place. All the hard earnings of the people that donated the monies, and all the goodwill of the people have made all of this that we see happen. It's a fascinating place. So I'd really recommend that you pay a visit to Wat Pa Tueng out here in Sankhamphaeng, out in the rice fields, and take a look on the ceiling of this building behind me. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so I'm wired now. I was lazy earlier, I didn't get my microphone out of the car. We've now come to the actual reason we're here is to make some donation to the monks of some food and some gifts. We've got lots to show them, lots to give to them, and I think the dogs are going to be enjoying the food too. Well, last night Nataporn made some vegetarian spring rolls, and also cooked some rice, and cooked some pork for the monks here. Mum's tucking into some prawn crackers. The monk has just invited her to open the bag, and she's scoffing the prawn crackers already. Long pula. Long pula, I'm being told. Quite nice actually. Long pula would actually be 123 if he still lived. He died 27 years ago, and what you see inside this grand hall behind me is the coffin holding his body, embalmed and covered now in gold. The procession of cars coming here this morning is quite amazing. He's revered throughout Thailand as a seer, as a clairvoyant, or was, and he is being visited by many people today. The procession of cars, since we've been here about half an hour, there's been about 5 or 6 cars come through. People, they go in, pay their respects, go off out again. It's lovely, and we're here with food to donate to the monks and pay our respects, and taboon, just make a taboon offering to the temple. It's an ad hoc event. It's nothing in a ceremony of any sort. It's not because of a particular event. It's just this week we've come here, and the crackers are nice too.
ที่เป็นบริวาร
ทั้งหลายเหล่านี้
ทั้งหลายเหล่านี้
แด่พระสงฆ์
แด่พระสงฆ์
ขอพระสงฆ์
ขอพระสงฆ์
จงรับ
จงรับ
ซึ่งภัตตาหาร
ซึ่งภัตตาหาร
ทรงอยากหาดีแบบอันจะในวันนี้ก็เป็นวันดีอีกทีพิเศษในวันในในคำนี้
And my family and my friends, Pidai, all have good luck, good health. Oh, Jan lagi wan kap? Jan lagi wan.
วันเมาส์วันเมาส์ค่ะเข้ามาหน่อยนั่งลงสวัสดีค่ะทำอะไรได้บ้างตาทิพย์ the eye
Cap.
you can see for the future
Oh, it's the history of Long Pula. So it's the history on the one side and of the temple, and on the back of this is all about the monk Nadia. She's going to take me into the museum.
and another temple this is the more than this temple and they find this about the history in this here and they go to this
Oh wow! So this is saying the Lana style 14th and 15th centuries in Sankhamphaeng. Wow, you can see the design on here. The underglaze of a black decorated plate with a pair of fish. Oh, it's a Piscean plate.
หมื่นเรือนดับหมื่นเรือน who is he find this district he find the Kamphaeng is the first one
Okay. Mun Dabruan. This stone inscription was discovered at Wat Chiang Saen. And Wat Chiang Saen Tinai Cup?
Wat Chiang Saen is
Oh,
inside.
the one that we go to in a moment.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. The Mun Dabruan stone inscription. This is it. This is fascinating. Now we've got to find out more about this. This is absolutely amazing. The king of Chiang Mai gave land valued at 540 Cowrie Shells. Wow, that's amazing. We'll have to find out what Cowrie Shells are. Mun Dabruan purchased 25 families of slaves, 78 people, and presented them to the Wat. He also recorded the lists of payments as the following. So here we see how much it cost to construct the stupa, the preaching hall, the library, the manuscripts, and the bronze image. So we need to find out what Cowrie Shells are. Well, that's fantastic. Cowrie Shells are obviously the currency of that day. To 500 to 1000 BC, found at Dai, Sankhamphaeng, Chiang Mai. Axe heads. So these are axe heads, and they're named here as Adzes, ADZESs. But this is 500 to 1000 BC, and this here is a stone mace head, or weight for digging, found at On Thai. On Thai is a place I need to go to. It's a lovely place, a nice coffee shop, and an artist out there I like to go and visit sometimes. And once again, this is a whetstone for grinding. So you would grind with this like an earlier mortar and pestle. So you'd grind with this stone on this, and as you see in the representation of the image here. On Thai is fascinating place. It's not far from here. I bumped into it on another roulette, and there's a potter. He's an artist of many styles. He's a musician, and he's a friend of mine on Facebook. I'm going to check him out this next week, I think, and go and visit what they've been up to there. They made a coffee shop, and I'm not sure whether the coffee shop's still open, but due to COVID and all sorts of things like that, everything's closed down and become a little bit too quiet. This is quite amazing. Wow, 1400s in the Gregorian calendar, and therefore we're going to go and show you a temple up the road, and hopefully we'll see the kiln on the way. If ever you're making a merit at a temple of food, it's always good to do it in the morning, as early as you can, because obviously the monks are not going to eat after midday, and if you miss the 11 o'clock period, they don't have time to eat it before midday. So taking food to temples, very good idea, but do it in the morning.
ออกจากวัดป่าตึงหลวงปู่ล่าตาทิพย์นะคะ
Okay, come on.
เราจะไป
เราจะไปที่วัดเชียงแสนค่ะ
ครับผมทำไมไปเชียงแสน
วัดเชียงแสนเป็นวัดแรกที่อยู่ในบริเวณนี้นะคะ เป็นวัดที่เก่าแก่มากหลักพันปีเลยค่ะ
Oh, this is quite a lovely looking place. There's just one monk here, and the food that gets delivered to the other temple by people making donations gets distributed here, so the monk doesn't go without. The monk that did the blessing on our donations, he's coming along to see the monk and take us for a guided tour around this temple today. The 11 dogs here have given us a fine welcome. Some of them have come and sniffed and said hello, and the others have just stood in the background having a good woof. Why are your friends so woofy?
ต้องมาขอคำมาสถานที่นี่กัน
So proud of Mum. 84 years old, and here she is walking around unaided by a stick, just quite happy to stroll through the grounds of this temple at Wat Chiang Saen.
เจ๊เพ่กะ
So the monk here is explaining the history of this place. It goes back 3,000 years. Amazing. It's as in that museum plaque, the temple here has some established existence for the last 3,000 years. It's very quiet now. There is just one monk that lives here, and it's very, very basic. But it's remained in existence for over 3,000 years.
อยู่ที่ไหนแล้วก็ขอพร
Okay, Cap. Well, this is turning out to be a guided tour of temples. The monk wants to take us to another temple now, so where am I? I've got a clue because I've just driven here, but what this place is, I've got no idea. The monk that did the blessing for receiving the food at lunchtime took us to a temple just down the road, the older one, the one that's 3,000 years old. And now he's brought us to this lovely place here, which is out at on the way to Mae Kampong. It's actually at Huai Kaeo, which is north of the Mayon Valley. It's a shrine. It's a Buddhist feature statue garden, but it's also a coffee shop. I hope the monk likes coffee. Well, it's afternoon, so maybe he won't indulge. This is wonderful. It's a newly constructed place dedicated to I don't know. Find out a bit more about it soon. Get some interpretation going on. So each set there has 2 candles, 3 sets of dupe, the incense sticks, and a bottle of oil. And you put your name on the piece of paper and then you burn it. Okay, so it's a lovely laid out garden, park, walk area with streams running through it and little ornamental waterfalls. I think there's a place that could sell coffee and cake that's just through here, and you can sit and feel calm and relaxed in a natural setting. Well, you can walk along this walkway and go around the outside of the property and across on the other side of this river here. And wow, this is the second time I've done this in a couple of days. I'm enjoying my feet in water. I really am. It's lovely. So relaxing, so soothing, so refreshing. And this is the other side of the property that's obviously going to get developed to be something similar. Well, I think I better sign off on this video. I don't know where I am. I'll put a link to where it actually is, the name of the place, in the description below. Hug Mon Cafe. Well, Nadia's just explained to me some of the background. She's not too sure about it either, but the monk there that's brought us here is saying it is a temple, and the coffee shop is here for the people to consume, pay money, and put that money back into this business temple here. It's a nice idea. The monk who started this, whose statue is over there, it's not a woman, it's a statue of the monk, and he's related to the army in some way, and he's not here today, he's over in Payaw apparently. The temple being developed here is his idea, so it's all in his honour. What a fascinating place. My shoes are wet from walking through that water. Wink, 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 wink. Well, I'm going to actually make that a wrap. I could go on all afternoon like this. There are so many places this monk could take us. We came out for an impromptu temple tour with this monk. He's taken us to some lovely places. I'm going to bid you farewell. Please leave me a comment below and give me a thumbs up. Check the description, you'll see some details of where we are and where this video was taken. Check back on a regular basis. I make videos to YouTube on 2 or 3 times a week. Subscribe please if you haven't already. Take care. Stay well, stay safe, be happy. Bye bye.